Hi everyone. Let's turn this down. Maybe switch it a little bit. Hi guys. Um Turn this down some more. Might just be loud on my end. All right. Hi guys. It's nice to see you guys. I always say it might be a quiet live and then it's not. So maybe I just won't jinx myself. But um oh man, I feel like I have to sneeze. Um So, as always, I'm going to get started 6 days out of 7. That's a lot of, I don't mind overcast, but I don't want it to rain every day. I'm okay if it's like cloudy. Um, yeah, I'm okay if it's cloudy. I know people tend to like get seasonal depression because of that, but I'm okay. Let's see. Let me just adjust some cameras here. Maybe I'll keep it zoomed in. Okay. I know. I don't mind rain sometimes. Just not all the time. It can't be raining every single day. And then also people out here, when it starts raining, they act like they've never driven a car a day in their lives. So the traffic just becomes exhausting. So, needless to say, it is the new moon. We are using the Spirit de la Lune for our community read and for any readings that have oracle cards with them. I'm looking forward to this pairing because I'm using my Hollow Prisma Visions. I want to see how the pairings fan out. Okay, let's see what we have for us as a community, especially around this new moon. This is our last new moon of the season. It's our last cycle of new inspirations, of manifestations, all of that. And while I'm doing that, let me go ahead and open the queue. I forgot. Actually, it never closed. There we go. I had to reset it. There we go. So let's see what we have as a community. Our first one is the Harvest Moon. This is the card of productivity. I feel like that seems counterproductive for this time of year. Like, who wants to be, productive in the darker times of the year? Maybe that's just me. Maybe this is why we're getting this card, is to say, hey, like, don't just sit on your lazy butt, be productive. I do feel like I'm being productive. Are you guys being productive? Do you guys feel like you have been doing the things that you have set out to do? I forgot how hard these cards are to shuffle. So let's see what our next card is. We have the Crone Moon or Crane Moon. I cannot read cursive apparently. I think it's Crone Moon. This is Deep Wisdom. I feel like, these two so far, in this deck, these Mandala Moons are like the equivalent of like major arcana, right? So these are important topics that are hitting as like just overall for us as a community. So I think that these are things that are important for this time of year. And I suspect, we're going to pull another card, but I suspect that this has to do with like the reflection people tend to do at this time of year and being able to use that to create a good, strong foundation for the manifestations and visions that we set for the new year. So let's see what our third card is. I feel like I've been productive as well, Luke. Like, I created a whole Substack and I've been creating scripts for YouTube. I don't think I've been productive on YouTube specifically, but I've been productive in general. Definitely been productive at work. All right, let's see what our next card is. Ooh, okay. So this is the harvest moon. This is gratitude. So we literally have like three very like major arcana-esque moon cards here. We have the so just to recap, we have productivity, we have deep wisdom, and then we have gratitude. With deep wisdom in the middle, this is the part that feels very reflective. This is where you start to tap into all of the stuff that I feel like we have learned over the year, the things that we've experienced, and start to just really sit with that and apply that in ways that can be useful in the year to come. Perfect time to do it right now with the new moon. This is where you can utilize those lessons learned and transition them into from lessons learned into manifestations, or you can just file them away and use this the as the foundation of the other things that you want to build off of. So however you want to do that. But I think that part of that is putting in work behind that. It's not just something that you're doing passively. Um you're actively being intentional about reflecting on all of those internal things and or just things in general and how they have affected you internally. And then on the other side is the gratitude. Like I think it's always nice to sit back and think about the year that has gone by and what are the things that you have to be thankful for? What are the things that went really well? And even things that didn't go so well? What can be grateful for in terms of how they have made you a better person or just how they have impacted you in a way that you didn't expect but turned out to be a good thing. So um there's a lot that you can reflect on, and I think a lot that we can all reflect on in terms of the year that is closing out. And it's the perfect time to shamelessly plug um, my year ahead reading. So if you want to do a year ahead reading, you can go ahead over to Kofi and book one. But yeah, so we have that new moon energy. We have a lot of um, we have a lot of set intentions that are waiting for us, and a lot of manifestations and a lot of just new journeys that are I think around us this time, which makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna get this deck all shuffled. It's brand new. I did my flip through of it literally like just now, so gotta get some cards shuffled in. Usually don't like do such brand new decks, but here we are. It is what it is. Damn, I already dropped some cards. I'm a mess. So remember, guys, if you want to join the queue, make sure you use !join, just like this, so you can enter the queue. All right, Hudson, go ahead, put your question in the chat. I'm still kind of breaking in the deck, getting everything shuffled and mixed up properly. All right. I know, dropping cards and just starting so this deck is surprisingly slidey. I wasn't expecting that. So just like when you say general, do you mean based off of what you said in your second comment? Do you mean like how you guys stand, or just like how you can help, or just overall general energy to see if you need to pivot or not? Not necessarily that that's the answer, but I guess just a snapshot to see where you guys are at energetically. Okay, let's see. Excuse me. So we have the Two of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and then the King of Swords. Um, I can definitely see with these two Swords court cards that there's just a lot mentally that's happening still. But the page, or I'm sorry, the Two of Pentacles shows that things are starting to balance out between you guys. But hey CJ, how you doing? But I feel like it's more like this, right? Things are starting to balance out, but they're not quite there yet, and it's just because of all of the external like stressors that are happening. So I feel like one of you is the Page of Swords and the other is the King of Swords in this. Your friend he feels very much more like King of Swords. You feel more a Page of Swords, but I'll describe it and you can always let me know if I've had it backwards. So the Page of Swords is the more youthful one. They're more willing to go out and try things out and just kind of test the waters. And when they come up with different ideas and inspirations and just different thoughts, they're more willing to try them out and apply them and learn from them. The King of Wands, or oh my gosh, the King of Swords is a little different. They can be a little too cerebral, too thoughtful about things. So I think that sometimes there's alignment in the sense that there is just you're on the same wavelength in terms of how you think through things, but how you apply them are different. So sometimes where you guys are on the same wavelength, like you understand the situation that's going on, but there can be a slight misalignment in terms of wanting to be more proactive versus wanting to be more like internal, and you start to internalize things here. It's not necessarily a good or bad thing. It's just sometimes that's just how it is, and not more positive and negative. It can come off that way. I don't know that I would necessarily describe the King of Swords as negative. I think it's just more like there's like a overall realist, people that call themselves like realists or whatever, they can come off as very negative a lot of times because they've thought through things, they've experienced things or whatever, and like the logical outcome is generally something that's not as positive, sometimes. But I think that's really the misalignment, but I don't think that it's anything bad. You guys are still in the same general family, but that slight differing in perspective is what causes this imbalance. So sometimes, it's not about fixing things. It's kind of like just going along for the ride. And I think that overall, it's not something that's insurmountable. It's just about meeting each other in the middle. That's very much what it feels like, right? With the page transitioning into the king here. And I will say before I finish this up, when swords cards pops up, it's always a good idea to communicate, like open up venues for communication. It could also be a sign that if you are communicating maybe in a different way, maybe it's time to change the way in which you guys communicate and um oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, cynical is the word I was looking for. Like, I mean, there's nothing. Some people are just like that. Like, that's just how they are. It, I'm not surprised. Like, King of Swords can very much give off that. Can very much lean towards that. Um, but at the end of the day, Hot Sun, I think it depends, like, on how you set boundaries with E, and if they're just the type to always be negative, maybe you just have like a surface level or limits to how far you go before you go down that rabbit hole. And I feel like some friends are just like, fair weather friends where things are good and then you guys are friends. And if not, you have some distance. It is what it is. So I'm very excited, guys. It's funny because when it's sitting down, it looks like the regular Prisma Visions, but look at that hollow. That's so cool. Um, and we have some specialty cards in the deck. It's gonna be my new favorite for the winter. Oh, CJ, don't say that. That's depressing. But I'm glad you found some place, and I'm sure that helps alleviate some of the stress of moving. I have the classic Prisma Visions. I have the Cosma Visions. I have the minis of both. I have the night visions, and then I have the hollow vision. I don't have the mirror, and I don't have whatever the purple one is called. I saw someone using the mirror visions the other day, and I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I promise I'm not gonna buy it. It looks so cool though. But I have to say, when I did my flip through, the major arcana were scattered out of order throughout the entire deck. And I've never had that happen. Like, in all my times of, you're welcome, by the way. Sorry, I missed that. But in all my times of doing, oh, Sandy, are you still here? In all my times of doing a flip through, never seen a deck so out of order. The classic majors in this are like normal. They're the regular rider weight. They have extra cards, but you can use them or not use them. That's totally up to you. I like when extra cards are in there in tarot decks. But you definitely don't have to use it. No. Was it a return? No. I bought it fresh from their site. It was brand new. It could have been repackaged, but it looked brand new, and then like there were no like defects or anything like that. Everything was cellophaned. It just seemed like that's how it was packaged, I guess. I have to look at other flip throughs to see if maybe mine was weird, just the weird one off. All the cards are there, so it doesn't matter. It just threw me off. When I was doing my flip through, I was like, what the hell is happening? But I like this card stock. I feel like it's a little more appealing than the classic deck, but I haven't used the classic in a while. I also got this new deck. His other deck that I kickstarted. I got the Uh oh goodness, here comes Luna. It is holographic, yeah. So it has all of the hollow where yes, it is hollow. So this one is the 10th anniversary edition, I think it is. Luna, hi. Okay, let me show you guys. Wrong deck. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. So this is the OG deck. This is the hollow deck, and you can see the difference in the boxes. A 10-foot charging cable. I feel like I would kink that up like immediately. Okay, I knew I wasn't crazy. The cardstock is slightly different, and the card sizes are slightly different. So the new deck, the hollow deck, is slightly bigger. Kardik. So first of all, don't spam my chat. Second of all, make sure you read the rules. I don't do feelings about, like, people's feelings about you. If you want to know that, just ask them. If you have other questions, make sure you join the queue, and I'm happy to do them for you. So this had like that matte finish, and then these are hollow, so you can definitely see the difference there. And if you want to see like a testament to like how rough I am with if you're not in contact with her, then she doesn't feel anything for you. You can see a testament to how rough I am with my cards. This is my Prisma Visions, which I've had probably for like 5 years, and then this is the one I got like yesterday. It had the same foiling. Nope, wrong box. But yeah, just wanted to show that off since this deck has gotten a lot of love. No, Kardik, but I'm happy to answer anything if you have other questions. So this is the oh my gosh, I've already forgotten. Okay. I could do love Luna. Luna is being a brat right now. The Oracle of Many Paths. I don't know why I was struggling so bad with that. So this is the Oracle of Many Paths, and look how cool the box opens, y'all. Like, that's how it opens. This is the like top. I'm facing this way right now. And then look at the guidebook. Ugh, it's hard to get out. This is the guidebook. It's so cool. Like, here are some spreads, here are the cards. It has like numerology and like relates to different paths and stuff. And then the box insert is actually like the here's the deck. It's just awesome. I tried to do my flip through and box opening of it, and it didn't record, so I'm a little butthurt about it. Luke gave me the idea to do a short, so maybe I'll do a short about it. We'll see. But yeah, James R. Eads has me in a chokehold. I love all his decks. That was one of my latest Kickstarters. All right, let's see. Love guidance, Kardik. Love guidance for Kardik. All right. It's funny, I can't see the cards from like the side sometimes, so I kind of have to hold them up because of the light. So we have the High Priestess and the Eight of Cups. I like that we have the Eight of Cups here. This is a sign of a lot of change and a lot of energy around you, which is really great. That means that it can mean that there are things coming towards you. It could just mean in general that a lot of things are shifting. So if you feel like things have been feeling very stagnant lately, the fact that you got the Eight of this, I said Eight of Wands, but I meant Eight of Cups. I'm sorry. Eight of Cups is a little different. Eight of Cups, although this still is a high energy card, eights in general insinuate change. This is about emotionally walking away from things, actually. So the High Priestess tells me that intuitively you know that it's time to walk away from certain things emotionally that are no longer serving you. It's probably this person that you were asking me about before, but just for a quick short reading, I like when the High Priestess comes up because this is insinuating that you have all of the tools you need. You have your own intuition. You have that insight to know what's right for you and what's right for you and when. So the Eight of Cups tells me that like being able to learn how to walk away from things is going to open you up into like bigger and better things. Hi, Elaine. You're welcome. Elaine, go ahead, put your question in the chat. Just know I don't do like feel other people's feelings about you, other people's intentions about you. Happy to answer most other things despite that. Luna is like circling me right now. I feel like I'm in the movie Jaws. All right, let's see. General reading for Lane. We have more eights tonight. So I think for you, what's being asked of you right now is to really pull down your walls and like kind of start from the bottom up in terms of how you are building things, like how you're building your finances, how you're building your career, all of the physical things in your life to pair with this Eight of Pentacles. So it's like starting from the foundation and then replanting your garden and re-nurturing your garden and being able to build up fresh. Because sometimes it's really hard to build off of things that are precariously placed. So allow yourself that tower moment to just get rid of stuff, like it can feel a little hard to do. But I think this is a perfect time of year to do it. Um, just release all of that stuff and start fresh. That way it feels very much like end the year and start the year off right. Awesome. I'm glad. I think this, you picked up on it very quickly. So it must be something that was already on your mind, and um, something that you're probably already starting to do. So you're already going down the right path, at least thoughtfully. Okay, Luna, you want to go uppies? Come here. You want to say hi to your adoring fans? Yeah, thank you, Elaine. All right, switch. Move so your butt's not in my face. Okay? Mm-hmm. Hey, Cat Goddess. It's been a while. Welcome. Yes, Queen Luna is here. She has a lot to say, y'all. Sorry. She's wishing all of you happy holidays. What else? Oh, and a happy new year, of course. And a good weekend. All right, let's see. That's a lot for one question. Let's kind of thin it down to see what kind of new moon energy you have and see what, just kind of look into it that way. Let's see. What flavor high moon, Luke? We have the Page of Pentacles. I wish you guys could see how pretty this is. The quality in Restream is never the best. The Page of Pentacles and the Devil. It's very interesting because the Page of Pentacles is like earth upon earth energy. There's a lot of stillness there. Okay, Luna, I know. There's a lot of stillness there that I really like, especially at this time of year. Even though you're asking for things that are new, it's about like sitting in the things that are in the now, so to speak. And paired with this Devil card, which is funny because it's Pages imbue that earth energy. Pentacles is earth energy. The Devil is earth energy. So it's a lot of stillness that's happening. So I wonder if there are things that need to be wrapped up first before you worry about the things that are coming in that are new. But one of the things about the Devil card is about feeling like you have excess. It's almost like it can sometimes manifest as a materialistic card. And not to say that you're materialistic. It's about saying like maybe there's things in the physical world or in our physical lives that we need to really sit with and determine what it is we want to carry with us going forward, so that way we can make room, and leave what we're leaving behind. I'm sorry I didn't say that part out loud, but what we're carrying forward and also what we're going to want to leave behind, so that way we can open ourselves up for new things. Because it feels very much what I'm seeing here. It feels like there's a desire with the Page of Pentacles and also with the question that you asked to bring in new things and to draw in these things, but you don't have room for it right now. So Cat Goddess, I think with this Devil card, what are the things that you're attached to that you probably shouldn't be attached to? Those are the kinds of questions I'd ask. what have you been hanging on to? What has been maybe something you haven't been hanging on to, but what over the last year has been something that's not as beneficial, that isn't worthwhile to carry on into the new year? I think that so if I zoomed out, what I'm gathering from this is a thought exercise for you around the new moon, right? So if you want to bring in new things, what are you willing to give up, or what should you be giving up, is really the question that you want to explore in this time. Because you have so much earth here, I think it's a probably a strong hint that it's probably other earth things that you're replacing, but in a more things that are more beneficial to you. So being able to grow the physical world around you, like your job or your family, things like that. So it feels very much like you're needing to focus on that, but I don't think that's what's in store. I think that's something that you're gonna have to create for yourself. Hopefully that nuance makes sense. Does it, Luna? Okay, thank you. Oh, grapefruit. I love grapefruit. You're welcome, cat goddess. It's funny you show up, cat goddess, and then my little kitty cat decided to show up for her live stream. Yeah, you did. So, shameless plug, y'all. Priscilla and I are going live for our very last podcast of the year. We're doing our own tarot tag, which I'm super excited for. Gosh, we haven't done one of them. We haven't done our own tarot tag in a hot minute. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can remember the name of it. We changed the name, so I want to make sure I don't say the wrong one. Must have been talking about it somewhere else, but it's basically like our journey over the year, so I'm very excited to do that, where we talk about how we've changed and how we have grown, and like what are the differences between our practice in the beginning of the year versus now. One second, y'all. All right. Hey, Ari. Oh, thank you, cat goddess. I love doing my seasonal stuff. I wish there was like I try to hang on to it for as long as I can. I don't get to do my Halloween, my spooky and Christmassy stuff as long as I would love to. Alrighty, Ari, go ahead, put your question in the chat. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's more discussion and less like show off your tarot decks, which I'm really, really looking forward to, Luke. Just because I've been very decisive about the decks that I've been bringing in over the years and trying to stay in a low buy mode. So I don't have a lot of differing things to even show off. So I want to try to lean more towards like discussion topics and less like, hey, look at my deck. And if it turns out to be a really fun topic, it's something we can always do at the end of every year. It's something that can kind of be like a long-standing tag that we revisit every year. So, I my computer chair, and this is a random tangent, is like this color. It's just like it comes up like a seafoam green on camera, but it's kind of like a minty seafoam, maybe, I guess. And I got these cute. So I also have this like fancy ass keyboard that I really like. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Fixed it. I touched everything possible that I could have. So I treated myself to these fun little keycaps. I'm so excited to change them because then everything will match. And then you guys probably won't see it, but I'll have a little like laptop mat thing that I can yeah, it'll be a fun little theme going on. Okay, yeah, I can answer that. Thank you for clarifying. Let's get a quick shuffle. All right, let's see what your main lesson this year from the universe was. A lot of pentacles as a community. It's very interesting. So we have Justice. I don't know how this guy ended up reverse, but we have Justice in reverse here, along with the Six of Pentacles. It's very appropriate because Justice is an air card, doesn't mesh well with this Earth card here. But basically, I think that your lesson this year seemed to be about being challenged with situations that were seemingly unfair and how you handle those situations. Justice in reverse, justice in general is about, there's usually, it's the scales of justice, right? It's usually a balance of the energy you put in is the same kind of energy you put out. But if you're in a justice reverse kind of situation, you're putting in energy and you're getting a disproportionate type of energy any which way that just doesn't match what you're giving it. So in this case, with the Six of Pentacles, I feel like you have been giving a lot of yourself and not getting, let me say that again. You've been giving a lot of yourself and not getting a lot in return. the Six of Pentacles is about being generous, right? Being generous with your time, being generous with your energy, being generous. It could literally be like a literal generosity of giving money, right? Or resources. So you are giving yourself um physically and getting I won't say getting nothing, but you're not getting the right energy back. So I think this lesson for the year is, how have you handled that? How have you think these are just questions that I feel like I would ask myself if I had this reading is, how have you handled it when you were presented those situations? How have they gotten better over time or how have they not gotten better over time? Where do you feel like you can improve on that? Are you giving your energy to the wrong sources? Is that why you're getting the wrong energy back? Um, what are some other questions? Like, what can you do to do things? What can you do differently to get better energy back? Right? How can you focus it differently? How can you um, set up better boundaries for yourself, whatever that might look like. So I think your main lesson is really about exploring that and how you can set yourself up better for the next year. If that's something that you feel like has happened and something you feel like you want to do for next year. The other thing about the Six of Pentacles while I'm looking at this is there's an air like the sixes in general like are about compassion. So there's also that even though things you might reflect and say like, oh, maybe I've been doing this wrong or doing that thing wrong, the Six of Pentacles in that journey is asking you to also be compassionate with yourself in that. And I'm not saying not to blame yourself or anything like that, but don't be so hard on yourself that it makes it hard to move on. Famous last words, Ari. Be careful, man. The way this timeline is set up, I would not challenge it to say like, oh, this isn't the worst year I've had. But I am glad to hear that, it's normal challenges. We're all going to face challenges over the years. It is what it is. But good to know that it's not like detrimentally so. That's so funny. Alrighty, guys. So, I will be here over the holidays. You can always hang out with me on Discord. We just finished up Syl and I, just finished up a buddy read of The Christmas Carol. It was our first time ever reading that, so it was super, super fun. If you would like to join us for next year's random book clubs and divination chats and stuff like that, feel free. And I think I'm going to kick off a little early, but my goal for next year, since we're talking about, this is the new moon and we're talking about our manifestations for just in general, but mine for the year ahead, I think I want to make these live streams a little longer. So I generally do 7 to 8 p.m. I think my goal will be 7 to 9 p.m. I think I can do it without burning out. So that's going to be my goal. We'll see. Alrighty, guys. I'm going to kick out of here. I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. I will be on, I guess, is that Boxing Day? No. I don't know. The day after Christmas. I'll be on the day after Christmas. Um, so yeah, I'll see you guys then. Bye y'all.